this is a follow-up from Master Lee's document he uncovered last week from the Nuclear Threat Initiative. Do you remember the exercise where they had the fake countries?
Brynia.
Yeah, Brynia and Arnica, where the
bordering,
where the terrorists, the Azov battalion, made weaponized monkeypox to defeat Putin. That was in the war games. So the Evening Standard are now reporting this. Actually, they reported it back in 2001. Bill Gates warns of smallpox terror attacks and urges leaders to use germ games to prepare. Please play my germ games. That will prepare you for the Armageddon. And here, welcome to Brynia. Platform 2, PG tips. Great work from Sagehead. Right.
Do you know, talking about monkeypox, right? Have you noticed this week on all like the sort of the lower known film channels on digital TV or whatever, they've all been playing Planet of the Apes or The Return of the Planet of the Apes. Every night there's been another one of those that sequence of movies.
How's that?
It doesn't surprise me in the least. I couldn't
believe it. So far I've seen it.
Just to really hammer it in the psyche there.
It's funny you should say that, right? So we're talking about predictive programming, right?
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. That's my next subject. Does anybody remember this story from late January this year, 2022? This one here. Monkey on loose in Pennsylvania after crash on the motorway on the way to laboratory. Sounds too good to be true. I remember when this happened, and I remember seeing it, and it looks exactly like you would see in a movie before an outbreak of a pandemic that shuts the whole world down, or like a start of a zombie movie or something. So residents in Pennsylvania County were warned on Saturday not to approach a monkey still missing after a crash involving a pickup towing a trailer, taking about 100 of the animals, 100 monkeys, 100th monkey syndrome, 100th monkey syndrome, to a research laboratory. So these 100 monkeys were on their way to a research laboratory.
The 100 monkey study, come on.
Yeah, for a 100 monkey study in boxes in this trailer. Out of the 100, 4 of them escaped, according to Peter. And it says 4 escapes with viruses, ? What? A curious onlooker of a vehicular accident on Pennsylvania Highway got the shock of a lifetime when she approached a crate she believed held a cat, cooing kitty kitty. This is what I saw in the interview. This woman goes up to an open crate thinking it's a box of kittens, and it's like a dangerous virus-ridden monkey.
Wow.
Jumps out. This happened in Pennsylvania. I'm not sure if it was 12 Monkeys or another film involving monkeys where there was a virus outbreak. That was in Pennsylvania as well. Someone correct me in the live chat.
Yeah, it was.
What film? Outbreak?
Nah.
12 Monkeys.
Probably 12 Monkeys.
12 Monkeys.
Yeah, 12 Monkeys. There you go. Nice Bruce Willis connection there. Big up Sagehead.
He's been in the media recently as well.
With this monkeypox stuff, I keep getting these sort of flash visions of the global elite sitting around a table with a button, hesitating and doubting as to whether they're going to pull the trigger on this one. You know, they're sitting around looking at sort of the feedback they're getting from humanity, and they're like, should we do it? And they're like, oh, no, let's leave it. Another day. Oh, come on, let's do it. No.
Should we do monkeypox next? Yeah, that's quite a cool concept, right? Do you know what it reminds me of? There's a film called Cabin in the Woods, where people go, the kids go into the woods, and these sort of zombies come to life after they open a book in the cellar. It's very classic horror. But what they realise is they're actually one of these. They've walked into an installation that is run by sort of like a dark project that's working for the global dark occultists, and they've got these installations all over the world, and they get these people in there, which are part of a sacrifice or a ritual. So they have like a hero, they have a virgin, they have a loser, a winner. And they have like a pool of whether they're going to get the zombies, they're going to get knifed by Jason-type killers. Has anyone seen this film? And they're actually trying to appease the old gods. And they're all sat around, like Master Lee just said, saying,
Janice.
Yeah.
Trying to appease Janice.
Should we do a zombie apocalypse? Should we do virus pandemic? Should we do this? And they're actually betting on it. And it's energy harvesting, and it's also a sacrifice. So actually a really, really good film. It starts off as a very cheesy sort of archetypal horror, but then you realise, oh my God, it's something totally different. Yeah, Cabin in the Woods, fully recommend it. Cymatic says, yeah, that film is deep for sure, favourite horror. And I don't even like the genre.
Because the thing is, if they get it wrong this time, it's game over. Because I think they got it almost like 50-50 last time. I think this one, there's a lot more on it. And there's a lot more people that are aware. A lot more people actually research stuff now after the last 2 years.
Yeah. Do you think that do you honestly think that they're going to push monkeypox as hard as they did Divot?
Yeah, I think so. I think this is.
I think they're going to as well.
I think they've got to go for broke in some ways, out of desperation more than anything. I think they're losing.
Me too. I think this is a desperate move.
They're going to try, aren't they? They're going to.
So look at this predictive programming here. There is no way to ensure that the monkeys are virus-free, and the state veterinary records show the monkeys in laboratories in the US have often been found with tuberculosis, Chagas disease, cholera, MRSA.
Right, so in the chat room, Girly5 was saying that the woman who interacted with this monkey on the highway after the truck crashed in Pennsylvania,
yeah,
she died a month later on. So I had to quickly research that because I didn't hear about that.
You Jamie'd that, yeah?
Absolutely right, yeah.
What did she die of?
Well, it doesn't really say. She checked herself into the emergency room.
Monkey coinciditis.
More than likely.
Monkeyditis.
A simian strain of coinciditis. So, yeah, I mean, look at these pictures here. Let's have a look at these pictures. And people are saying that there's, like, big discrepancies with the story of, like, why was a crappy old, like, pickup truck, like, transporting these monkeys?
Yeah, like virus-ridden monkeys.
A pickup pulling a trailer, a driver of a pickup transporting monkeys. Yeah, there's some inconsistencies. It looked staged to me. Like, it looks staged.
I think one of the problems they've got is they should have chosen a more scary creature. Monkeys, we kind of associate them, especially kids. They're kind of almost funny, you know. Whereas a bat is quite scary. They should have chosen something like a rat or a snake or spider.
Do you know what I think this is? They're going to introduce maybe this monkeypox is really the end game, because you think how close we've been told we are to these monkeys and how we can easily, transfer things like what we've had before, like Adrian, and things like that. They've been accused. I can see this as a route to that. We're talking about
the road to Adrian.
The road to Adrian.
Just out of interest, and this applies to the chat as well. Does anybody actually know anybody that's buying into the monkeypox?
No.
I'd like to know if anyone is.
I've heard that there's a few people buying into it, but I don't think they're in the chat room.
I've seen people online talking about people that they know buying into it, but I've said to people that I work with. And my mum that have been to the Britney Spears concert, I was like, right, who's got up for your monkeypox jabs? They're all like, you must be joking. So even some people that have been to 2 or 3 Britney Spears concerts think it's stupid as well.
Yeah, and I think it's also triggered those that have been to the Britney Spears concert to realise it's not as they thought. It's almost backfiring.
I'm yet to see a picture of someone. I'm yet to see a picture of someone on the news with monkeypox, apart from a picture of some African person's hands from a stock image from Google from 2006, like this.
Yeah. I've got friends on Facebook that have been to 3 concerts of the Britney Spears, and even they're mocking this monkeypox.
That's what I mean. People aren't buying it this time.
No,
I don't think even if they were buying it, I don't think they'd put up with lockdowns and all of that shit again. Like closing a business and losing.
Facebook has been utterly just flooded with just I've never seen so many memes for one subject.
Monkeys are a bit. We can see them comedic, especially chimps.
So and the stories they're pumping out as well. The NHS issues warning to anyone who eats meat as UK monkeypox case rise. What are you actually suggesting? You get it from what you eat now?
Don't forget you've got to wear a mask as well now.
Oh, yeah, and I haven't got the screenshot.
I have seen a lot more people in masks recently.
Do you know what the NHS have been caught doing?
What?
They've changed the definition of monkeypox.
No, really?
Yeah, I've seen all the screenshots. It's all over the place. Before this happened, the definition of monkeypox was a mild zootropic virus that is extremely rarely transferred from monkeys to humans and almost impossible to transfer from humans to humans, right? The new definition is monkeypox is a dangerous virus that is easily spread from humans to humans.
Wow.
Yeah, they've literally rewrote the definition of it once again, like they did with pandemic, like they did with the definition of the.
No, I wonder if, like Master Lee said about the testing, if it's all going to be about that.
Well, what do you think test will diagnose monkeypox? Have a guess, comrade.
The PCR.
Obviously.
If you're in control of your environment, you can control the narrative. So,
yeah, monkeypox, monkey packs, everything you need for fun-filled pandemic, banana-scented nasal swabs, surgical over mask for extra protection that goes over your mask, over your monkey mask, right? Okay. Order today to get a free bunch of modified RNA bananas, only $33. This was from someone called Another Steve. He emailed this to me. This is someone new. And this is made by Another Steve as well. Only someone that watches Rise Above could come up with a meme like this.
Yeah.
You know that. It'll be all right, monkey. At least the media is telling us everything we need to know. But you know what? Here's a great one. So they're putting in the like gay scene, sexual disease narrative into the monkeypox mix, right? CDC officials sound the alarm for gay and bisexual men as monkeypox spreads in community. In community. Doesn't even see it in their community. No. But when this story broke on ITV, look at the name of the guy they brought out as a sexual health and HIV expert. Dr. John McSorley. The name John. Yeah. John is an American name for a dick.
Yeah.
Well, also a toilet.
John McSorley. Really?
Johnson.
That's
McSorley.
almost as good as Phil McCann or like Robin Banks, the policeman.
Yeah, we saw that. It was brilliant. That was.
Yeah, we did a whole thing on that, didn't we? Okay, so where does monkeypox actually originally come from? Does anyone know? Guess what? It was first identified in 1958 in Copenhagen in an outbreak of vesicular disease among captive primates. Guess what the monkeys were being used for?
I wonder who owned the vaccine.
Polio, Britney Spears research. So monkeypox first outbreak ever was in monkeys that they were testing a polio Britney Spears concert on. Surprise, surprise, comrades.
Yeah, I'm going to Jamie that quick.
Experimental. Yeah, I believe I have Jamie that, but you can double Jamie.
No. I'm on about, I wonder who owned the polio vaccine.
Oh, right. Yeah,
See where I'm going with that?
Okay, I guarantee it was probably Pfizer.
The health chancellor, I thought I was thinking.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if... No, Bill Gates wasn't into that stuff back then. And here's the icing on the cake. According to new resurfaced interviews with a former Russian army colonel, military scientists research using monkeypox as a bioweapon. So that's actually a play directly from that document that Inner Guardians brought last week. That monkeypox was actually developed by rogue terrorist state in a lab, but it wasn't developed in the big country, which would have been Russia. It was developed in the small little state, which would have been Ukraine, Arnica, right? So this is a little inversion there, which I thought was classic, just to end off my little clown show for this week. So this monkeypox thing ain't going away. Like you can see how much meat is being put on the bone here.
They're testing the water, aren't they? They're just dipping their toes in and seeing, like Master said, they're seeing how we react. And
well, I know one thing of all the other things mentioned, whether it was bird flu, swine flu, Marburg,
Schwab flu,
bubonic plague, hyacinth bouquet, Adrian, hippopotamus. This seems to be the one that the protocols, like the WHO, have already said, if this escalates, we're going to have to do travel restrictions.
Well, I've got another theory about this. Now, if we hypothetically say that it's all Al Gore AI driven, so it could ramp up in accordance with the response and reaction of social media. There could be a correlation. So we could actually, I guess you could say, we could be toning it down.
Contributing.
No. Well, no, we can affect it by displaying our sort of mockery of it.
So you're saying you could actually fight the pandemic online?
Yeah, because potentially it's all computer projections and predictions.
Well, that's how Divic was spread.
Yeah. Now, if they've gone to the next stage where it is being driven, maybe they've released the their hands away from it, and they're just allowing the algorithms and the AI and Al Gore's to deliver this. So we could actually be keeping it at bay digitally,
fighting the good fight.
Yeah.
Well,
because the thing is, we kind of contradicting ourselves, because in one breath we're saying, it's all about the AI, it's all about the algorithms, it's all about the digital bots, the archons, the digital archons, and then we're saying, well, there's a bunch of old men in black suits plotting agendas. Well, which is true? Was it a bit of both? Or is there a transference of power? So maybe in the 90s, 2000, it was the old men in black suits, and they're slowly handing over power to the algorithms.
Perhaps that's what the Great Reset is actually all about, the transference of power.
Yeah.
To the
and maybe
digital
we're at the
divot.
tipping point. This could be the tipping point of the handover. Hence why there's a sort of delay and pause or hesitation and doubt on their behalf.
Well, I think you're absolutely right in that at the end of the day, right, if people were reacting to monkeypox, the way they reacted to monkeypox, if they reacted to Divock like that online in early 2020, then there might not have been so many people that were actually the prey of the Divock and lost their souls and lost their identity.
I still think that 2020, the original Divock plot could have been done and dusted within 48 hours had people responded and not reacted. So, as an example, I always said I think it was March 2020, when they were pumping out how deadly this was, that everybody, and I mean everybody, should have said, well, if it's that deadly, I ain't going out. And everybody should have stayed in. And I mean everybody.
Yeah, that would have fucked it, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Because did you notice how selective they were about, it's so deadly, don't go out, don't do this, don't do that. But it's okay if you're emptying the bins, it's okay if you're going to...
If you're keeping the cogs going.
If you're working in the petrol station.
Yeah. They were very
and how many of those people died?
Well, this is what Steve was saying, since I dread. He was working within the sort of like rubbish clearance and that sort of stuff industry as well. And he said no one got ill.
And they were dealing with people's waste.
Yeah, every day.
Waste disposal.
Some people were using it as an excuse to have a day off, but they weren't ill.
And what they should have, what we could have done as a collective, we could have forced, say, the transport minister to drive the trucks, the health minister to stand in the hospital.
That's what we should. That's exactly what we should have done, Lee.
We should have inverted it back on them.
Are you saying it's our fault for not following the rules?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
100% behind that.
Damn, we should have did everything the COVID union said.
That should really be the message.
Give them like
standing up.
Yeah, give them a taste of their own medicine.
Yeah, over deliver.
Oh right. Crown Jewels is saying that document claimed that the lockdown for monkeypox happened on June 12th.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
But like I say, that was done last year, so they've had like nearly a year, I guess, to test the water, and maybe it's not going according to plan. And like I say, we can't have it both ways. So, are we making a difference or not? I think we are. So therefore, there's going to be a disruption to their agenda. If we're not making any impact whatsoever, we might as well just give up now. I think we are making a massive impact.
Yeah, I think so.
Absolutely. This is what someone that was having a go at me last year said. It's like, you're pathetic. You think making stupid videos and speeches is going to change what the government's doing. I said, you're stupid. I would never attempt to change what the government's doing. That's idiotic. I'm trying to change people's reaction or perception of what is happening. The change happens in the minds of people, not with what the parasite's doing.
Yeah, and the change is also happening from their own hands. I mean, I'm starting to meet lots of, well, I won't say lots, but people almost on a daily basis now that have even taken the 3 concerts and they're regretting it. And they're starting
I know a few people that have done the full Britney tour. And they wish they hadn't.
We have people that watch this show that have been to 2 concerts because they felt like they had to keep their job or whatever, and they're gutted about it, and they knew, but they were backed into a corner. So it's
the saddest story in the world, isn't it?
It is the saddest story in the world, and we might take the piss out of everything on this show, and we try to do it equally to everything. But at the end of the day, we know that some people were backed into a corner, and they had to do it as well, and they should be more angry about what's going on than anyone, than us.
Yeah, they should be having more platforms. And I think that may come. That might be almost like a second tidal wave or something, where those that feel deceived. I mean, personally, I don't actually feel deceived because I wasn't deceived. I saw straight through it.
No, me too.
I feel empowered. I feel like I trust my judgment now better than ever before.